and train people up in what? In the ways of Jesus. You're going to teach them what Jesus said. You're going to teach them how Jesus said do it. You're going to teach them how Jesus said have a relationship. You're going to teach them, develop them in those ways. So going back to what we talked about a few moments ago, what do you do when you have a problem with your brother? First thing you do is you do go to. Well, we got that lesson down. Well, I went to Jason. Jason wasn't trying to hear me at all. So, guess what I do? Huh? Well, before I go to him again, you can't. It doesn't mean you can't now. You can't. But when you get to the point where you've exhausted all your resources with Jason, that's right. You have to get your witness. You get your mediator. It didn't say the preacher yet. It didn't say the pastor yet, the elder yet. It's not church word. And I'll tell you, I talk to people, even in our small church, and people have a problem with Tammy. They have a problem with Lee. They have a problem with Jay, or whoever the person may be. They don't, I don't think. But whoever the person may be. And the first thing I ask is, okay, did you talk to him? Oh, no. Well, hey, I mean, I can help you. That's that one. If you don't have the courage to go face them, because see, if I'm really wrong, if I'm really wrong, I want you to tell me so I can correct my behavior. Because I really don't want to offend you. I'm not like that now. I might offend you, but I don't want to offend you. And I might offend you, but I assure you, if you come let me know, I'm not going to offend you twice, because I'm going to correct my behavior. And you may come to me and say I did something that was wrong, and it may not be wrong. But if it was wrong on how I talked to you and how I handled you, with you, I won't do it anymore. Does that make sense? So that's step one. Now, step two is you bring in a Christian witness, someone else in the church, a Christian witness, not no gossip, not no gang up, we're going to beat them up. And all that person is designed to do is to do what? They witness. They are not a mediator. I ain't got to do with it. I'm just here to listen. That's all that person's supposed to do. That's Matthew chapter 18. You want to check it out. But all that person do is to listen. That's to be a witness. And so, yeah, Tammy went up to Jason, and Tammy tried to get Jason to apologize, told Jason he was wrong. Jason said, "Bump you." Yeah, he sure did, Pastor. Now, he did that, Pastor. So now when Tammy comes to the pastor or to the elders of the church, Tammy not coming by herself. Tammy got some witnesses with her. Some witnesses that say in love, I tried to work it out with Jason. So then the pastor sits down with Tammy, Janet, and Jason. So then we sit down and we all talk about it. Normally, if you go through all those steps, well, when they get in the presence of the pastor, everybody get right. It's good to go because their heart is right. You know, most people's hearts are right. And when it gets to that point, it's good to go. Now, what do you do? And I did this one time to a deacon, and he got silent stick for like 90 days. Now, how did this silence work? You don't talk to me. I'm not going to talk to you. You just be quiet and sit down and listen to the word for about 3 months. And let's see how God develops you. Because you're wrong. You don't want to get right. But we're not going to put you out the church. So we will give you an opportunity just to sit down and let the Lord work on you a little bit. Now, the next step, if after you sit down for a while and the Lord don't work on you a little bit, either you got to go or I got to go. Somebody got to go. That's how church works. And I just want y'all to understand that in Matthew chapter 18. And that's